Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean, this is In The Mixer. Happy Wednesday to you wherever in the world you're watching from. Even if you're watching it on another day, I hope the last Wednesday you had was a good one. This was a rambling promo, but we're up to episode 28 of the FC Old Man series. We're going to jump back into it because we've got some massive games in the episode today. First one, you can see it right at the top here, FC Isle of Man vs Barnet. They're currently above us in the Vanarama National League. Now, we did beat the last Vanarama National side that we played in a cup competition, but Barnet, I think, are a bit, better a team. They're currently sitting second in that division. They've been going up and down between League 2 football and Vanarama National football over the last few years. They've got a full-time squad, which is crazy to look at. We're finally getting to that kind of level of opposition that we're playing. And they've got some fantastic players, like Charlie Oliver, ex-Man City Junior, was one that we looked at the start of the game when he was a free agent. He looks absolutely fantastic. There's a few others here. Jack Taylor, Rio O'Connell, Shaquille Coulthurst. They've got quite a good squad. It'll be interesting to see if they use that full-strength team against us. And then the other portion, you can see here, we are back on top of the division. 57 points, plus 24 goal difference. Level on points with Nuneaton Borough, who have beaten us twice so far this season. And behind them, in third spot, with the game in hand on us, is Chester on 56 points. We play them today in the second episode. We desperately need to get a result. One, to keep them at bay so that they can't leapfrog us, but also to ensure that we maintain, continuing to get good amounts of points, continue. I've used the word continue about 67 times so far this episode, so we're going to ban that one for the rest of it. But our momentum will be super important, and getting 3 points in each of the games will be fantastic for us. So 2 massive fixtures, and we have also had a fair bit of, not change, like only a couple of bits of change, but I just haven't been able to find a tactic that I've been happy with. This is what we're currently using at the moment, this 4-4-2 that you guys can kind of see. We switched to a 4-3-3 in the last episodes. It was okay, but it wasn't fantastic. And basically, if Austin Samuel scored, it wasn't, like, it meant we were going to do well, but it wasn't necessarily guaranteeing us success. So, and I think that's kind of reflected that we had only lost one game by the time we got to the 25th of November, and then we've lost another 10 since that time. So a fair few different matches in here. Well, we have lost games. We kind of lost faith a little bit with the tactic we were using previously, that 4-2-4. So we're going to drop it back a little bit. We went to the 4-3-3. That didn't quite work either. This 4-4-2 seems to be relatively balanced. Both of our last 2 performances using it were very good. And then also the other portion is that we were able to sign a new player, Christian Norton, who can play as a pressing forward on defend. We wanted a deep lying forward or someone to kind of supplement Austin Samuels a little bit. He's been excellent so far in the 2 games he's played. Ex-Southampton Junior, also played at Middlesbrough, where he made 1 first-team appearance and scored 1 goal in the championship. He's been without football for a little while, but he does have 2 goals in the 2 appearances that he's made for us thus far. So hopefully he can continue that form today. And if we can get a good partnership going between the 2 of them, we'll be in a very good position. Let's jump into the match against Barnet. And there are a couple of different squad changes that we've had to make. We have pushed Jack Stainrod down into the under-23s. We're going to try and get rid of him just to try and get down our wage budget. We're at 1.2k over our existing wage budget. And the other one that we've got is Jamie Melbourne is actually suspended. So Ben Wells comes in at left back. Sharif will play at right back because Connolly is struggling with the knock at the moment. He's not in full fitness. Dennis, of course, in goal. Bellahoon and Carson is the central defensive partnership. Hodgson will play as the deep line playmaker. I'm probably going to stop switching between Hodgson and York. I think Hodgson has very good ball playing abilities, whereas York's a bit better defensively, but as a team, we seem to do better with Hodgson out there. He'll play alongside Matt Haygarth, our leading assist maker for the season and our captain for the day. Longell on the left wing, David Wang on the right, Norton and Samuels up top. Hopefully, we can continue our decent little run of form so far. They're playing a 4-3-3, looks very strong. They've got Charlie Oliver, who we spoke about, who's naturally a centre-back. They're playing him at right-back in this one. They've got Morgan Boys, who we've tried to bring in previously ourselves. He's playing at left-back, looks to be a very good option, the ex-Liverpool junior. They've got Taylor and Silla, who've been with them for the entire series. Coulthurst up top as well. Alpha, who they've picked up from Queen's Park Rangers, looks to be a decent option leading the line up top. And a 4-3-3, 3 up top. It's a very attacking formation, so they're definitely going after it. Assertively, we're just going to say, go out and carry straight on from where you finished the last match. And we're also going to tell the defence that we have faith in them. So anything can happen when you reload the game, anything at all. Like, you can have a 10-match win streak and reload the game and lose 5-0. And you can also turn things around a little bit. We haven't had bad form. We won our last 2 games, but I'm hoping we can reload this game and pretty much fall straight back into a decent performance. Ball in there from the corner, headed away and out for the goal kick. Ball in now from Longello. Samuels was there. Forced to Bellahoon, who gets the strike away. It just clips the crossbar on its way out. But first shot Nanga from us. And I think this one's a good test to see, one, how our squad is doing, and two, if we do get promoted and win the league, when we are going to be playing teams like Barnet on a regular basis, how we actually cope with that. 30 minutes gone, we're going to use our Get Creative shout. Everybody except Will Dennis in goal seems inspired by it. Throwing here on the left-hand side, Wells to take to Hodgson. Deep ball across, Putman gets it away. They're 2v2 at the back here. Carson with a good tackle, but ball's one back and they release Colthurst on the left-hand side. Bellahune with a great challenge. They've given a penalty for it. It didn't look like a foul, it just said there in the commentary. But they've given it regardless. No VAR at this level. Roach is going to take the resulting penalty straight at Dennis, and Dennis pushes it around the post. A very strong save from the goalkeeper. Again, penalties are just redonkulous in this game. We are using the revised version or the new version of the match engine, which I think is also why we've changed our shape and structure just a little bit. But penalties still seem to be a bit of a sticking point, particularly in the lower leagues. Hodgson with the ball now, reverse pass to Wells. He steps inside, loses out. Sirrett plays it back to Barrett in goal. Norton closes him down and finds the finished third goal of the season and third goal in 3 appearances for Christian Norton. And this one is basically just a goalkeeping mistake. When check it out in 3 dimensions, Oliver actually tackled Wells, and then Sirrett plays the ball back to Barrett, takes a touch, and then just dwells on it. Norton tackles him and then passes it into side netting. I'm going to take it. I'd be livid if that actually happened to me, but I'm still going to take it as a goal, and we might have something to defend here in the second half. Silla with the ball in. It's pinballing around again, and somehow we managed to get it out. Carson with the block on the shot eventually. We're currently on our attacking structure. We will probably switch to cautious in the second half as things currently stand. Good header, but straight at Dennis again. And at halftime, we go in a goal down. They have missed a penalty. We were gifted that goal. 6 shots, 3 on target, 53% possession for us. They've had 12, 5, and 47. Now we're going to go in and we're going to say passionately or assertively, we've got to guard against complacency now. Everyone's responded positively. And we're going to switch up and go to our cautious mentality, which is a little bit more counter-attacking than what we usually use. But hopefully it's the right move. And as they start to push on a little bit more, we'll get a bit more space in behind to counter against. Sheriff sends a ball into the corner. It was a poor effort, to be honest. Ball across. Alpha's recovered. Silla to Sirrett to Taylor. They look for the ball over the top there. Colthurst with a good header on for Alpha. He's in a wide area. He's got the strike away. He's hit the inside of the post, and then Carson pinballs the ball around. Silla at the top of the box, back through Oliver. So they're definitely coming back out a little bit more attacking. David Wang with a corner up the other end for us. Headed away. Now Boys carries the ball forward. He's got a man on his left-hand side ahead of him. Instead, he's going to continue going himself. Just stand him up, boys. Don't do anything silly. Sirrett with a good touch around the player. Colthurst to Roach, who gets the strike away from the angle and just wide of the far post. All right, we're through now here. We've got 3 guys on yellow cards. We're just going to swap them. So Reece York will come in. Liam Shaw will come in, who's another player that we've signed recently. I forgot to go through him. Ex-Sheffield Wednesday junior, just there to fill out the squad. He's on and on contract, so he's not costing us a tremendous amount. And then the other one is Christian Norton. I'm going to hold off on that last sub just to try and get us through. Maybe Abdi Sharif will swap for Joel Connolly instead. And if we go down to 10 and Christian Norton gets sent off, that's fine. It's just one striker. When you use that Get Creative shout, we might go to a more positive mentality, stop inviting so much pressure on ourselves. Samuels with the ball now. Out wide now to David Wang. It's a great switch of play. Steps inside, looks to release Shaw, fresh off the bench, gets the strike away, but it was a pretty tame effort, to be fair. Barrett's looked out left. Alpha's going to try and bring the ball down. Connolly recovers. Hodgson now looks for David Wang on the right. Can he find the right ball into the middle? It's a little weighted pass, but none of the forwards read it. And Barrett comes out and claims well. This highlight is continuing again. Long ball forward from Barrett. We should win this one. York with a good header. Sirrett now. Out wide right to Taylor. He looks to send Strutton down into the corner. Deep ball across towards back post, and Alpha's header, thankfully, just over the bar. So they've had a ton of chances that they just haven't found the finish for, which is what's really keeping us in this at the moment. Throwing now on the right-hand side. Taylor to take to Strutton. Crosses closed down well by Wells. Longello does well to recover possession and send it into space for Samuels to chase. He's gotten in behind. Can he find the finish? It's an excellent save from the goalkeeper. And then Oliver scrambles it away. So we're just going to look to play isolation football with Samuels, it looks like, here in the second half. David Wang with the ball forward to Samuels again. Overlapping runner from the middle is Shaw. He's got time. Can he find the finish? Be first goal for the club, but Barrett is equal to it. An excellent save. Lovely little play there. Wang first getting the ball, dragging it out wide. Samuels dragging the defender before releasing the midfielder through the middle. Ball's going to come out here to David Wang again from the corner. Can we work it back in? Ball across towards Samuels. No one challenges Boys for the header, and the highlight comes to an end. Connolly with the ball now on the right. He's got time. Just needs to get his head up. Plays one across a dangerous looking ball into midfield. Shaw should recover. and plays it out wide to Longello, but it's cut out by Taylor. They've got a 3v2. Roach has gotten goal side. If he squares this up, they've got a goal on, but Dennis with an excellent save. Thankfully, he went for the shot. All he had to do was roll that across the 6-yard box, and that number 21 at the back post, Alpha, would have knocked that one home. York with a good touch, tries to clear it away. Wells again puts it into touch. So they're still putting pressure on from set piece scenarios. 10 minutes remaining. We're going to use our demand more shout. Connell with a wide ball in. Silla hits the deck, and thankfully, just wide of the far post. We've now used our demand more shout. No one's responded particularly positively. Connell, square ball to Sirit at the top of the box. They pinball the ball around. Strutton pokes it home, but he's going to be ruled out for offside. He did look it in the build-up, to be fair. But they are continuing to put a tremendous amount of pressure on here. Connolly with the ball on the right-hand side. Can we take this throw in as quickly as possible? Find Samuels. Now to Wang, reverse pass to Samuels. Gets in the box, goes to strike himself. Silla loses it out to Shaw. Norton at the top of the box. What a finish that is from Christian Norton. And that has to be the game sealer. 4th goal of the season for him. He hasn't been involved much in the highlights that we've seen in the build-up, but this is an excellent finish. Samuels with the strike. The rebound falls to Silla. Oh no, sorry. Shaw recovers possession, and then Norton just side foots that one into the top corner. It's curling away and back towards the goal. Keeper can't do anything about it. And now we have 5 minutes to try and hang on. It's going to be 4 minutes of additional time, so a little bit extra on top of that. But can we get ourselves through and beat high loop opposition again? We have done it. 2-0, Christian Norton, the hero, with a double. Ryan Roche's missed penalty changed the game for us in the 42nd minute. We had 12 shots, 7 on target, 52% of the ball. They were dominant in terms of chances created. 22 shots, 7 on target, and 48% possession. But passionately, we're going to tell everyone, very pleased with the result and your performance. And we weren't the better side. I'm happy to admit that. But we've still managed to find a way to get the result. And I think having 2 men up top helps us quite a bit when we recover the ball. Let's have a look here. Rearguard action provides memorable man victory. Christian Norton gets the man of the match rating and 8.8 for his 2 goals, which makes sense. We get 5.62k for winning in the FA Trophy 3rd round. And Christian Norton is injured. He's got a tight calf, but that should be fine. We've got full 7 days before the game against Chester. We're going to go and we're going to praise him, tell him he was superb in front of goal, and hopefully keep his morale up as high as possible. And, of course, that means we get to welcome Jamie Melbourne back into the side. We'll put Ben Wells back on the bench. Joel Connolly might as well come back in as well for Abdi Sharif. Magic of editing. Oh, no, not magic of editing yet. We're going to give everyone 1 rest day just to try and keep everyone up. We've played quite a few games in the last few days, weeks, months, whatever else. So we do just want to try and manage health and fitness as much as possible. But it does mean that we're going to go through into the 4th round. It is our expectation that we reach the 5th round. So that's still on track. And in reality, we need to keep all of these performance bonuses above what was expected of us because we're currently 1.2k over the wage budget, which is a required thing for us to be managing. Just to make the next game a little bit bigger, Chester have won their game in hand, which means that we have to beat them to leapfrog them back up into top spot with 32 games played. Magic of editing. Now we're going to jump forward to the game against Chester and go through the 2 lineups. Alright, just like that, we are a week ahead. So, only the one change for us, which is Jamie Melbourne coming back into the starting lineup. Actually, Connolly comes back into the starting lineup as well. So, 2 changes. I immediately forgot what they were. Otherwise, the lineup is unchanged. They're playing a 4-3-3, which looks relatively strong. They're in decent form. They've got Rob Atkinson, ex-Fulham Junior, in their backline. Looks to be a decent player for this level. We've got Russ Griffiths in goal, who looks like he's an ex-Everton Junior, played at Motherwell and then filed when the game starts. He moves to Chester, and he looks like he's had a pretty decent career for them. Morgan, their captain, David Morgan, is going to anchor midfield. Central midfielder, they're using him as an anchor at the moment, ex-Nottingham Forest Junior. We've got 2 regen players on the wings, which is always a bit of a liability. You never can tell how good they're going to be. He looks fairly solid, to be fair, and it's come through their own youth academy. But they are top of the division. I do want to beat them. I do want to get back to top spot. I think it would be such a shame if just because we have kind of like a December capitulation, it costs us a league title. But in reality, we are well and truly ahead of what was expected of us this season, which was playoff football. You can see they're on 60 points. We're on 58. We will go above them if we can score here. And we've gotten an early goal, but it's going to be ruled out for offside. Matthew Carson getting involved. Christian Norton was in there. I think he got the flick on header. But at least we're turning the screws. And we are going to be positive in this one. We're on our positive mentality now. But if we aren't winning by about the hour mark, we will switch to attacking and see how we can go. Deep ball across. It pinballs around a little bit. Falls to Collier there, regen, who we just looked at for the first goal of the game. 5th goal of the season for him. And they have gotten off to a very strong start. So we'll check it out here. It is scrappy. It's not super like flowing football. Carson with a good header away. Collier puts it back in. Carson with the poor touch, tried to chest it instead of just heading it away or clearing it. And Collier, the fox in the box, the first one there. Jamie Melbourne maybe could have reacted a bit quicker, but it's hard to get down on anybody when it's just pinballing around like that. I'm going to put the Vanarama North results back up here because we will keep an eye on Nuneaton Borough and how they're doing. We've got a corner here. Collier to take. Andrew Gibbons flicks it on to Atkinson. All right, so we're 2-0 down now. It's his first goal of the season and first goal for the club. We're not going to watch it in 3 dimensions because I can't be bothered. We're going to immediately switch to our attacking structure and we're going to fire a bit of a demand more up. You can see it's a tackle through Bellahoon, but no one challenged Andrew Gibbons at front post, and that is the more frustrating part. We're going to demand more. Everyone seems to be a bit more focused, but we are yet to have a shot of any kind in this match. They are very much in the ascendancy. Throw in here, Connolly to take, finds David Wang. Back to Carson, who looks for a long ball towards Samuels. Flick on header was there, but Griffiths comes out and claims pretty well. Norton and Samuels are both applying pressure to the keeper. They probably don't both need to. One drops off now, and now the other goes. Long ball forward, Halalaj brings it down. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. Connolly should be getting there. Ball into the midfield. Haygarth's won it back in a great position. Norton reverses Samuels. He's gotten in behind. Can he find the finish? He goes for the placed effort. It's saved by the keeper and then cleared away by Atkinson. The highlight comes to an end. So at least we've had our first highlight of the match. Throw in here, Brown to take. On the left-hand side, reverse pass to Jade Jones. Goes past Connolly, who's not having the best game from the highlights that we've seen. He did manage to close down the volley though. Norton with the ball now. He's gotten past a couple of challenges here on the left-hand side. Someone's got to get in the middle to help him. Crossed over to David Wang. Now Samuels from the top of the box. What a strike that is from Austin Samuels. 41st goal of the season for him. I guess I shouldn't really complain about the amount of chances we create when he's scored 41 goals. But Norton here does very, very well. Doesn't give up on it. David Wang, first time ball. And that's a fantastic finish. Just gets it out from under his feet, smashes it back across the box and finds the bottom corner on the far side to make it 2-1. And a very interesting last 10 minutes here. We're going to use our Get Creative shout. Ball's in from the corner here. Hodgson's going to come and get the reverse header. Halalaj has recovered possession though for Chester, but Hodgson wings it back. Bellahoon now. Touch wasn't great. He's looked over the shoulder for Austin Samuels. Woods recovers. Only clear as far as Connolly. Played to David Wang down the middle, who beats the fullback. Steps inside, hangs one back post. The cleared header goes to Longello. Tries to cut it back. Andrew Gibbons recovers the possession. Bellahoon with a good header to Carson. Long ball forward towards Samuels. Knocked down for Christian Norton, who tries the first time strike. The ball falls to Longello, wide area, and he goes for the strike when all he had to do was try and slide that one across the 6-yard box for a tap in. So these wide shots, even in the new match engine, they are happening quite a bit. They've got a yellow card. We've got one in the back line as well. 2 minutes to be added on here. The referee's called half time. 4 shots, 2 on target, 50% of the ball. We didn't have any shots in the first 10 minutes, so we have at least responded. 8 shots, 2 on target, 50% for them, and we are going to aggressively tell everyone, show me something else in the second half. And hopefully that can inspire a few players to better performances. We're on our attacking structure. We don't have any further forward that we can push the team, but we do have some subs up our hand. Collier with the deep ball in towards a backstick run. It pinballs around. It's still on the deck. Someone's got to get it away, and thankfully Dennis claims it right on the line there. Okay, we've got a highlight here. We're going to watch it play out. Ball's going to start with Dennis, who goes to Bellahoon. Long ball forward, but not to anyone in particular. Woods is going to recover in midfield. Ball over the top for Jade Jones, and he's gotten there first, but thankfully he's going to be ruled off for offside. He did look it as the ball was played, but that sets us up well to do our substitutions. Bellahoon's got a yellow card. We're going to bring on Ben Wells for him. Longello struggling a little bit. We might switch David Wang to the left-hand side, bring on Nakia on the right. And then who else is having a poor game? Haygarth isn't at his best at the moment, so we might switch him and Hodgson, and we'll bring on Reece York in midfield, or maybe instead of that one, we'll leave Hodgson where he is because he's not playing horribly, but we'll bring on Liam Shaw, who did get amongst it when he came on against Barnet. Passionately, I have faith in them. We're going to gamble. We're going to go for 3 subs. It is a top-of-the-table clash. We do need to try and get points in it. We've got to throw in here. Connolly to take. Find Samuels. Back to Connolly again. Deep ball across towards back post. David Wang is there. Plays it out left now to Melbourne. Ball back towards Christian Norton. Shaw with the strike from the top of the box. It's cleared. Halalaj now. Out wide to Andrew Gibbons. They're very good in transition here. They get out quite quickly in midfield. Wells has done fantastically well to win that one back for us. Can he send Christian Norton down the line now? He has. Austin Samuels is in the middle if he can cut it back to him. He finds him now, but the shot is taken by the defender. David Wang with the strike from the wide area, and Griffiths just pushes it around the post. Good interplay there. It was the first real cutback I've seen in a while. Header's going to come out to Norton from the resulting corner. Now with Hodgson, Melbourne, out wide left to David Wang. Skips past one challenge, tries to get the ball back in the box, but it's closed down. It'll go out for a throw. Does the highlight continue? No, it's brought to an end. Throw in on the right-hand side now. Connolly Exchanges passes with Shaw. The ball in is towards Norton, who gets the strike away and just over the crossbar. Throwing on the right here again. This is where most of our highlights are beginning at the moment. Narkia tries to get the ball in. Connolly recovers. Connolly again. Left-footed crossover. David Wang is in the area. Passes it back to Jamie Melbourne. Hangs the ball towards Austin Samuels, who gets the header across and just over the crossbar again. So we're definitely putting pressure on them here in the second half. We're going to demand more for the last 10 minutes. Focus from everybody. We have brought it back statistically speaking, but we need to try and find that equaliser. Got 3 minutes to be added on here. I don't think we're going to see too much more because we're through that time now. The referee calls full time, so we bottled it a little bit, but we did come back into the game. So maybe if we had gone attacking from the start, and that's a valuable lesson for me, if we had gone more attacking from the start, we would have put them under more pressure. We had 11 shots, 3 on target, 48% possession. They had 15, 5, and 52%. Let's go into the dressing room. I'm disappointed with your failure to grab a win, and it does see us drop down to third spot, I think, was the last update I saw there from Nuneaton. It was. Nuneaton, did they win their game? They did, 3-0 against Morpeth. So we are now 5 points off top spot. Nuneaton Borough on 60 points, now 3 points ahead of us as well. We do have the best goal difference in the league, but that 11 defeats, that's what's killing us at the moment. We've got the most wins, but also amongst the most defeats from teams in the top 10. It says Chester grabbed deserved win, fair enough. One of the league's best defences continued their fine form as Chester defeated FCL Hubman on a breezy afternoon at the Bowl. David Wang's got a tight groin, that's not devastating, and Samuels gets Man of the Match award for his 1 goal. Now, what does that do to our schedule? We've got an FA Trophy 4th round game against Kirsten Ashton. They are in our division and below us, so I don't think we need to bring you that game. But what we might do is come back towards the end of the month and bring you the game against them in the league, and then the game against Farsley. Because I think that's going to set up nicely for our last episode, the last 2 games of the season, really. So we'll come back, see how we're doing in FA Trophy. Hopefully we've gotten through. If there is a change and there's like another FA Trophy match around the end of this month, I might bring you that one, as well as the Farsley game, but we'll just see how it plays out. And if not, it'll set us up nicely going into the last month of the season for the Friday episode and getting our last few games in. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That's the portion I appreciate the most. You can subscribe to this channel if you want to be kept up to date on all our future videos as they continue to be released. We will probably in the next month or so do another season wonder save with like a high level European team. If you have any suggestions, put it in the comment section below. But you can also go, if you look at links over here, follow us over on Twitter at @InTheMixer_FM for all the interactions with the community, or if you want to reach out directly. And you can also check out our Sunday night or Sunday morning if you're in the UK Twitch streams at twitch.tv/InTheMixer_FM. As always though, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the Mixer.